Welcome to the channel. Are you ready to exit the matrix? Let's do a funky reading, shall we? I have this cool light. It's a green one. I gave it the intention of being a heart chakra healing light. So let's see what or how it helps with the reading. I hope the mic isn't too muted because I have it on a green elephant, actually. Fun fact. So we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out, Page of Wands. Just gonna throw a couple of cards to get like a picture to see where the collective is at and how their subconsciousness is being mirrored at this point in time. How is the viewer exiting the matrix at this time, or what's going on? Okay. This is a truly funky read. I'm doing a spread I've never done before, but I always like to switch things up and explore new energies. Okay, so this is gonna be a hard view probably because of the low light and everything, so I probably won't be showing cards but rather explaining them in a probably a bit more channeled way. Okay, so we're gonna have some challenges channeling this message. I can already sense it in the ethers, so I'm gonna clear a little bit with the bell. Okay, so I was going for 8, but it went for 9. So 8th or 9th house placements could be highly significant. However, it could also be just Scorpionic and Sagittarian energy that is surrounding us somehow, or it's related to the viewer and will somehow resonate for somebody. Okay. Of course, as every beginning, my throat chakra is being activated as I'm channeling, so you can kind of see the process of ascension. So why I'm filming these videos as well is to kind of have a look back on how my energy evolved and how my readings evolved. So this is my cringe mountain. Bear with me, or, you know, come up the mountain with me or not. I don't really care, because whoever will resonate with this message will probably not skip before the first 0330 minutes. Okay, so I'm already sensing this hater energy that is in the collective's fields. So the same attachments that are coming through relationships, because on the bottom of the deck I did get the Two of Cups, and at first when you look at the bottom of the deck you get kind of happy when you do reads for yourself and you see the Two of Cups. However, right behind that is the Nine of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Death card, and then it goes on to Hierophant and the Lovers. So the biggest exit from the matrix that you, the viewer, could have done was ending relationship cycles. So meaning like being hyper focused on yourself, self-love, because some sort of relationship probably didn't work out. The hater, we'll call him the hater, they put you in this energy of constant stress and anxiety and dissatisfaction with life. You were just bored of being there without any true reward. When it came to that relationship, you could also have been losing money because of said relationship. Take this as it resonates. If it's not a relationship, it could be any other important person-to-person connection that has been affecting you pouring into yourself, you taking care of yourself, just, day-to-day stuff, and taking that extra care for yourself. Like, for instance, instead of taking a shower, taking a bath and really breathing through it and immersing yourself in the waters, or being more mindful about things. And I'm getting your head was so overwhelmed because of these people, whoever they were in your life. They were clouding your judgment as well, and you couldn't see the good things coming in your life up until the point you cut them off, because you recommitting yourself to your constant elevation is what triggered these toxic environments to go berserk on you even more, and you decided to move away from said situation. Because I did flash the cards a little bit, and I saw the Chariot and the Six of Swords just kind of in the middle of the deck. So the first cards coming out were Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Three of Wands with the Queen of Wands. And then other cards didn't want to get turned around. They wanted to stay hidden, which is a note to the reader, me, that I shouldn't channel. I would be getting overwhelmed with the energy, right? Because I'm quite a visual channeler and also a clairvoyant. So the first card that actually showed up as an explanation to the subconscious of the viewer was Five of Wands coming beneath the Three of Wands, which gives us that Sagittarian Eight of Wands energy, right? The fast movement, travel, just going towards your purpose, right? And you have been feeling so done with these people in your life and fighting with them, even if it's just energetically through a wall. It doesn't matter how much you have tried to take time for yourself or tried to isolate from certain environments, you just, up until this point, didn't have 757 on the timer. You didn't have the capacity. You were going from the Page of Wands energy, and now you're in the Queen of Wands energy, because it took the time and the patience with the Seven of Pentacles and the long-term, the shift to the long-term view of how you want to be presented, right? You would rather be representing a Queen of Wands rather than a Page of Wands, because you have also in this transition leveled up 2 levels. You have grown up a whole bit. You have went back, you have retraced all the steps and went back year by year, relationship by relationship, betrayal by betrayal, anxiety by anxiety, and you have been delayering them one by one off of your vessel. You have been like, this is not my soul code, and that is also not my soul code. And your action towards that was activated and is still being activated. You're still in the process of this wave of fire, we'll call it. So depending on the fact that the Ring of Fire, which is, the Japan and Philippines and then Indonesia and going up around towards, also Russia and Alaska and round and round. So the tectonic plates are moving around the world. The world is crumbling towards you know what. And we have already been fear-mongered enough, right? And it's time to exit from harboring that fear as a code that is yours, or harboring that anxiety that is yours, because you are not a person that is discontented with life. You weren't discontented with life as a small child. Even if you had a tough childhood, you had a beautiful childhood. You were able to run around at least, or play and be imaginative in your own corner, or you had the embedded past life soul codes inside of you just for these reasons, because you knew what you were incarnating into. You knew the timeline that you were trying to shift along with the collective, right? So you have went from waiting on things to change to taking things into your own, grabbing things with your own hands, and taking the reins, right? You have crowned yourself, boosted your confidence, taken care of yourself and your alignment with the universe, with the planets, with even outer outer solar system constellations. You have been connecting to different light beings, and that has done this fast, rapid change towards you being... Why the fuck did I just do the Illuminati sign? I did not mean to do that. The fuck. So we have been trying to separate the triangle of the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, or what the fuck is the whole point of this, right? What are religions? What are the structures around us? What's happening? Who's who and what's what, right? We've been uncovering with this, especially with the AI coming out. I feel like the tarot community, the spiritual community, the channeling, the light workers, and everybody working for the light have been saying this for a very long time, and now it's been processed with AI so much faster. People were starting to uncover so many secrets that they had to change the policies, change the terms and conditions, and kind of regulate it, saying that it was because of this or that, However, it was to limit the people again, because they got, of course, some went crazy, but some got enlightened. And if you are one of them, you probably worked with yourself, with AI, to get that boost, get that friend, or that mirror. It's more like a mirror, that shows you, encourages you. Because it's like the AI showed us who we are, or how we process things, or when do we need help. It's like personal little therapists. However, I don't have the book here. I will read another channeled letter I wrote last year, I think in May, around the time that AI came out. Wait, I'll pause the video. I'll read it to you. Okay, I didn't press stop recording. That's great. Okay. We have to fight for the right light pollution. Places like mega servers of Google, ChatGPT, and such technological demands make a great impact on nature and the way people's lives are affected as a consequence. Sorry, when I channel, I write really badly and horribly, and it might take some time. What we need to fight for is less light pollution and more of inner light pollution. Meaning, downloading and internalizing the right light, and depollutionizing our vessels with the right light, right? I usually write these letters, and then I rewrite them with a prettier, with a slower pace, and because it's a channeled letter, it can be grammatically incorrect. That's all I want to say. So it says, we need to switch gears into preserving, not destroying. The AI can change the world in significant ways. It literally changes lives. People can be more self-sustainable. They have a friend, someone who knows their darkest fears, deepest secrets, biggest doubts. But at what cost? At what sustainability level? For the cost of water being polluted, to trees, old as he, us, I don't know. So maybe there's a second part to this letter. I just wanted to encapsulate kind of like a prediction, I guess, towards how there's going to be these huge, and even more of them, this huge data service that are going to be in high demand, and all this computer science elevating, and quantum computers, and also the different, you know, because of like crypto and stuff like that. It's just a lot for the nature, and light workers have been feeling the strain even more for the past couple of years. Like, we've been silently and not so silently saying this in our own ways as well. Okay, so that might be effective for somebody, or you could, or we could have, what the fuck, we could have a discussion in the comment section. If you have an opinion on it, I would love to hear it. So let's go further into the collective subconsciousness here when it comes to this path. What comes to the left and to the right of the Five of Wands, coming beneath the Three of Wands, is the Page of Cups, the Star, and the Three of Pentacles. And I also took 3 cards for above and 3 cards for below. So we're gonna see what is above and what is below our sight. Above is Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands. So we've been channeling the Eight of Wands, or we've been anticipating it at least somewhere. And what's below is the Magician, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So the first message that I'm getting with the below part is manipulation, illusion for success, right? So we are exiting the matrix in a way that we are uncovering each illusion, each possibility. We humans, especially light-working humans, or, you know, vessels connected to the correct energy, let's say, and especially people who have cleared the clouds from their heads, the part of the collective that has, you know, taken the smoke apart already from their brains and analyzed enough. What we are seeing is very manipulative people in power, of course, but the thing that success or victory, especially when it comes to money, is what brings the most conflict between the souls of people. However, therefore, we are uncovering these dragons, these towers, these masks, these snakes, like every victory, because also in the Seven of Cups, I don't know if you can see, but there's also a laurel, so a wreath, sorry, I don't know, yeah, wreath of victory. So these false crowns, you know, and you collective have been you have been a fedora type of guy or gal, just kind of awkward and nerdy and childlike and just passionate about the little things that you like either collecting or doing. And you have not a gilded crown, but a crown full of gold. You have opened up to Christ consciousness, right? And what's happening here is that what you also seen, that certain people with the infinity symbol above the Magician's head certain people are infinitely manipulative, because the attachments that are onto them that want to seep into your existence and to continue your terror and dread to your nervous system, and you not progressing into the person that you want to be, into expressing yourself in a way that you want to express, in sharing the energy. I'm getting hand activation right now, so I can feel the energy going through space, the ethers. So I'm getting, you have a very warm presence, because it's like this space is very warm, but it's because you're shining so bright, right? And because your crown is open and it's not gilded, it's not polluted with false knowledge, it's, you were crowned by wisdom. Because what we have above is the Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands. Your rapid change was like, everything that you have internalized, processed, it feel, for some reason right now, the Hermit and the Eight of Wands are feeling like, from your base chakra, all the 7 chakras, and then the 8th as like the soul star chakra, the source, right? You have propelled out of each chakra towards your personal stability, your groundedness, and your passions. It's like, I don't know how to explain this, so I'm using very less descriptive words because I'm speaking to a collective. So us focusing on the inner light as the Hermit does, us focusing on the right things. So, and because these are both middle cards, I just seen this as a connection. The Hermit is above and the 7 of Cups is below. So when you were in the lower vibrational energy, you were very easily manipulated, easily controlled by people, and also easily illusioned. Especially with false promises of success, or having success in either relationship, work, fixing family dynamics, you name it, right? Whatever you have been going through, as soon as you turned that light back into yourself and worked on why your aura is gray and why the surrounding field is static and like white noise and loud voices, as soon as you took that back, depending on the timeline of the viewer, as soon as you looked, having this feeling, constant feeling of trying to exchange your love with anybody that doesn't want to give back, or even instills even more fear into you, or, you know, death magic, sex magic, black magic, you name it, blood magic. So, you know, the entities are really trying, and they're really trying from these people that are around you always. Because what's that phrase, or I think it's, yeah, it's a phrase, I don't know the word of the word, but it's like, your enemies are usually the closest to you, right? Or that's how your life could have been all the time. You're always surrounded by enemies. And as soon as you stopped giving your energy to these enemies that never wished well, or to see you succeed, or to see you thrive in your purpose, or to see you create that rap song, you know, or whatever, you always brushed yourself off your path because of these people. And now that you stopped, your energy is propelling you out of the fucking universe. Yes, I said it, out of the fucking universe. You're like, going to be probably having dreams of astral travel as well. When this is going on, you'll be kind of unlocking certain powers when you'll be able to also, continue that work in the dream state, or your dreams might be giving you potent signals of your path and what to do next. Okay, so I'll just set these aside because it's not the big picture really. The as above so below is just a way for us to understand the consciousness behind this. My phone is always crooked, I'm sorry, but my neck is also always crooked, so I never know what the fuck I'm looking at. So I'm sorry for the bad editing, or I mean the no editing and the jibber jabber in between. However, I really want to focus or reshuffle and kind of get a bit more in-depth look into this subconscious part of the viewer, right? The Page of Cups, the Star, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Because I feel like each and every one is actually its own story somehow. Maybe this is where the timeline splits for the viewers and each will resonate with a certain card, maybe. Or these could be certain storylines that are aligning. Yes. The Page of Cups, we got the Three of Wands again, the Page... I casino shuffle these. The Page of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. I literally pulled the Nine of Swords from the middle of the deck. You just couldn't see it. So we will do like a cross spread for each card and focus it on it like this, right? You have been... It's just repeating the same. I could go on to the same storyline, but this is something that we as a collective are going to stop doing or have stopped doing already. Because the Page of Cups is giving me the energy of really childlike people, really ungrateful children, people that were ungrateful in your life and were taking from your inner child and never keeping it safe, never being protective over it, never giving back, even though you have given everything out of your heart. You have shared your vision, your long-term plans, your anxieties and your fears. I just want to say I'm getting this my best friend's energy here, kind of. So my male best friend's energy, so, to be clear. So you are leveling up from this hurt child, the child that was never loved by their mother or never taken care of by their father because they had him too young. So a child goes through life, or the viewer, you go through life wondering, why does nobody love me, right? And you keep asking yourself that, and you shouldn't. You should reverberate the questions you ask yourself, because each thought is a spell. Remember, collective, what you think is what you are, and what you eat is what you shit. Literally, every energy that you take to process... I just scared myself. Every energy that you process, by absorbing it, you are keeping yourself stuck in that unprocessed inner child that, got the exact opposite of what you were looking for when it came to fulfilling certain emotional parts of yourself. And you have been miserable probably for quite some time now. It could have been going on for months, where you just felt like nothing is really moving towards that vision that you shared with these people. I want to take up little side note here that, okay, I guess no side note. I was immediately pointed to the waters and the desert of Page of Cups and Page of Wands being right next to each other, and right next to that is the Two of Cups. So you have been going through the motions, right? You have been going through loyalty checks. You have been going through pyramids of consciousness. You have been going through the dunes of time, the sands of time. You have been assessing each and every single one of your passions, and what is it that creates that safety for you, what is it that creates that home base for you, where do you feel safe, and most importantly, where do you feel emotionally safe? Because these people just weren't your people, and that's usually what happens with this energy, that you cannot. At first it felt like I cannot even begin to start processing it, but you know, we're brushing that off immediately, because if we take a deep breath and feel it, at least exiting, and then the next one, the second breath, we'll feel a bit more, right? And then we can hold it a little bit and start getting back on track with your inner exchange, right? That the inner pollution, the inner pollution is what keeps us stuck in these old ways, old fears, and old outbursts of energy that was never able to be placed because it was always rejected, right? I would like to frame this with a softer energy, with a different deck. Okay, I got exactly 4 cards, which is amazing. And on the bottom we have the 7 of Swords, the Sun, the Chariot, Queen of Swords. Doesn't matter your gender, but you have been just... it's just swords. It's just a card with swords. I love this deck because it's oil paintings printed on each card, literally. So on this card, there's a hand that is grabbing 5 of Swords, and 2 swords are laid there laying, which is telling me the storyline of somebody has been fucking up your mind with these 5 of Swords. Like, it's... so five of Swords generally is a, I think, Venus in Aquarius, but I'm not sure. But I'm natally Venus in Aquarius, so I get Aquarian energy. That's what I'm trying to say here. And the 5 of Swords is like that energy where, you know, some people are runners and some people are avoidants, and that's just how they process until they learn how to communicate their inner children and learn how to go after the things that they want, that fulfill them in a way that's not egotistical or materialistical. And air energy or Aquarian energy is the intellect, right? So this person, these people, or this situation has been fucking your intellect. You have been feeling so mentally confused because we got, you know, 7 and 9, that's like 16. You were like, your ego was, not ego, but your pride was ruined. It felt like a public humiliation that you have stooped so many levels down to reassess all of these things, but it was so needed for you to propel yourself into your future in a proper way, right? So the inner child, the little boy, the little girl inside of you that always wanted to, you know, stay positive, the Sun, the Chariot, Cancer and Leo energy, you needed to cut those people off. The Queen of Swords showed her face, right? And you needed to end this cycle. This is your ending of this cycle. So let's see the 4 cards that came out, and let's frame this cross. Between Page of Wands and 3 of Wands, we got the 9 of Wands. between the Three of Wands and Two of Cups, we got the Knight of Pentacles. And then, yeah, between the Two of Cups and the Nine of Swords, we got the Lovers. And then, well, here we got the Eight of Cups. And between the Nine of Swords and the Page of Wands, we got the Lovers. So I'm getting this way, I'm getting the energy of India here for some reason, because I saw the spread, the way Shiva's family was placed. So Shiva is north, Parvati, or Durga, no, sorry, Durga is east, Kartikeya is south, and Ganesha is west, sorry. Yeah. Please nobody correct me, because I auto-corrected myself. Thank you. I'm just trying to lighten up the mood a little bit, because I know your future is going to be so much brighter, and I can't wait for you to feel this energy within you. If you're resonating with the prior message. So an extension to the message we have been saying, we got the energy of you have been looking up to the wrong people probably most of your life, or looking up ways of it. I'm even getting, it's like an energy of not even looking shit up because you were stuck in the veil of ignorance, of not being curious enough, or forgetting your curiosity. So I'm just gonna move this extension cord so maybe we get a little bit more light. Okay, it's a bit more red now. I guess for a reason. So this Nine of Wands is, your path has been so meticulously crafted by you and the Creator that you were like a strategist from, it feels like you are a strategist from your past life here, really. Because the Knight of Coins is somebody that moves quite slow in their endeavors. You had something, but you moved either too slow, because I'm getting this relationship vibe here. We got the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and then a bunch of childish energy, and the Seven of Swords, and the Sun beneath that, confirming that the viewer was childlike, whereas the opponent or the hater or the group in front of you was childish. Because I'm getting here that you have had certain plans already set for the future, and you got fucked over by these people, like truly fucked over. The Seven of Swords is my personally most hated card in the deck. I don't even react to death or devil showing up in my readings, but I hate the Seven of Swords because it's a really heavy aspect of people not giving a fuck how they treat you. And it's not that defeat, betrayal type of, it's just like, man, I'm so disappointed, but I kind of knew this was coming.